Another tactical shift that we've seen this World Cup, especially from the 2014 and the 2010 editions especially, is that teams are moving away from a possession-based system into a more counter-attacking based system, as in they're comfortable without the ball. They know what they have to do. They romp forward when they do have the ball, but they're comfortable sitting back. What do you have to say about that shift in trend?
It's also because the players travel far and wide now. They're working under different managers. I mean, when you look at somebody like a side like Belgium, I think one of the biggest challenges that Roberto Martinez probably had was the fact that, look, I mean, all are very good players individually. And they're also working under top-notch managers like Pep Guardiola. So if he's going to go and talk to, say, Kevin De Bruyne about tactics, he's got to be the sharpest because he's already working with the sharpest of managers. You look at Lukaku, he's working with the sharpest of managers in Jose Mourinho. So he's got to be up there with... so he's tackling minds that have already worked with that kind of players. So I think players have gotten comfortable with different kinds of football. De Bruyne there obviously likes having the ball because Pep Guardiola comes from that philosophy where you've got to boss that center circle. If you've got the boss, if you're the boss there, you're going to win the game because that is his theory, right? Whereas Lukaku is comfortable without the ball. Hazard is comfortable without the ball as well because we've seen so many games that Conte has done only on the counter. So that's something that has suited him. And I think also at De Bruyne, when you look at De Bruyne, I think he started off with a deeper role. I think in that game against Brazil, he was far more forward. He was almost a false nine. So and false nine is something that beautifully comes when you have studied a year or two under Pep Guardiola, because he's employed that so much. Spain has employed that so much. So in terms of them being comfortable, I think comfortable is probably the word. So it's not that I don't have the ball and therefore I'm struggling. I'm happy not to have the ball. That's what sometimes Mourinho says, especially in those big games, because I know what I can do when I don't have the ball, and therefore when I get the ball in that one opportunity, I can do. Say for example, England is a classic case. I mean, the number of goals that they've scored on set pieces. Look, I mean, fine enough, fair enough. I mean, I've scored on a set pieces. Again, Croatia, when you look back at it, have conceded that goal against Russia in that quarterfinal on a set piece. Look, they will be worried about that. For all the beautiful passage of play in the midfield, Rakitic, Modric and whatnot, one set piece, you conceded a clear header. There was nobody close there, right? So it's about the comfort level. I think they've gotten used to a variety of different brands of football, so to speak.